This is so much fun. I have made a different kind of like video outline thing to make this easier for myself, and so I'm testing it out right now and I'm excited. Okay, the reason you're here. We want to learn how to create more of our life, be more deliberate creators rather than be reactionary. We want to be more intentional with what we want to do with our time and energy and get more out of it and feel like we are the creators of our life. Hi, I'm Nell, and this is Fit Living Inspired, my channel where I'm sharing everything that I'm learning about how to live our best high vibe lifestyle through the fitness of the mind, body, and spirit. So it's not just about physical fitness or anything. I've been doing a lot more about like our mental, like how we want to try to like approach life and think about life and think about different things that we do so we can just enjoy life more, make it easier, make it work for us better. And sorry for my crazy hair. If you want to follow along with my journey and try some of these tips and tricks out for yourself, please consider subscribing to the channel because I'm trying to get more and more consistent with this and just kind of find my groove and make this an every, like at least a monthly thing. Like I would love to do bi-weekly or eventually weekly, but I've got this thing growing in me right now, so we'll see what happens after this baby comes. Let's dive in. So this video is all about kind of like being more of a deliberate creator of your life. And what I've been learning is, and what I've been interested in for a long time, is segment intending, because segment intending is just basically setting your intention for the moment at hand, like whatever present moment you're in, setting the intention for how you want to feel and what you want to experience. So just kind of clearing the path for what you want. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about just the benefits of segment intending to encourage you to try this. So we're talking a little bit about what it is and then why you might want to start practicing it. The first thing I have here is priming a path of least resistance. That's kind of like setting your intention is like lighting up the path that you want to walk towards instead of just kind of going blindly into something and getting distracted by all these other things lighting up around you. It's making sure you are focused and the path is lit up for where you want to go. And when we do that, we have more significant, magical, and powerful moments more often. Things that are on our path that we want to experience, like those things we can actually like touch on more. We can actually start walking that path in a better, clearer, and more intentional way. And when we start going down that path, walking that path, because we've vibrationally started thinking about it and kind of know where we're going, that builds momentum. As you build more momentum, that just means like a lot. I love Abraham Hicks, and if you love Abraham Hicks too, you already know that when you think a thought for 17 seconds, you start thinking or attracting more thoughts like it. So when we build that momentum on our path, like walking that path, then we can start kind of attracting more of what we've been wanting to us. So it's like when we get that momentum started, the universe kind of brings things that we've been wanting more on that path for us to experience. Another benefit, and I love this one, is flow state. And I love thinking about flow state because it is so related to segment intending, because it's like setting your focus, and where your focus goes, energy flows. That's one thing, of course. This is something that Andrew Huberman has also kind of stated before, and I paraphrased him saying this before also, but when you're in the present moment and focused on something, even if it's something that you don't typically enjoy doing, you enjoy it more because you are focused on it, because you're present and your attention is focused on that. It's like there's less distraction, you're more immersed in the thing. Like you're one with it a little bit more. I don't know, that's kind of how I think about it. But yeah, so when we set that focal point and kind of get in that flow state with it, like we just kind of get that momentum building and going and flowing, then we can enjoy that moment even more. So again, that's totally, I think, related to segment intending, because your intention for that segment is you setting that focal point to go down. And for myself, I find that an area that like I've really been trying to practice segment intending and flow state is like doing this stuff, like filming or writing a blog or whatever, like that I'm trying to do with this brand or whatever. Like I get a lot of resistance when it comes down to like doing it, but when I sit down and have that, like first of all, I put it on my routine, my calendar or whatever, and that kind of helps me. But when I finally sit down and start getting that momentum going, and I have set like the intention of, okay, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do this, my mind is gonna be focused on this, and so it will be easier for me to stay in flow with it. When I do that and I start like getting that flow going, I start thinking about how I can make things easier. I start taking notes, I start changing things. I might make like a template like I just did with this video outline thing that makes things easier and just, yeah, more like an easier way for it all to flow together and for me to have less resistance when it comes down to actually sitting down and getting stuff done. And another benefit, like a really great benefit of segment intending, is that when we're thinking about what we want to experience and how we want to feel, and we start kind of judging up those feelings of like what we want to feel like, we are kind of just revving up that vibration within us. So we're becoming more of a vibrational match to what we want first. And when we do that, this is another thing that Abraham Hicks says, is we are kind of, and this is my interpretation, but getting out ahead of it. When we're building our vibration up around what we want first, that's the first thing you do to get out ahead of what experiences might follow. And it might even just help our reactions for things that do pop up out of our control. And that's the contrast that she talks a lot about. And so we can probably even handle that contrast in a different way or a new light, because vibrationally we've kind of like paved the path to feel a certain way first. Like we know we want to be calm and collected and have our wits about us. And when we get out ahead of it, we're preparing ourselves to recognize the good that we put on our path, the good that we want to experience. Like we are able to recognize that more when it does come up and we do come across it. So we're able to like just have more gratitude around that. We're able to appreciate that more. We're able to be like, yeah, that's what I wanted. Like this, I manifested that, I created that, and everything is working out for me. Another thing I think a lot about this is that when we do this kind of segment intending and become that vibrational match first, get out ahead of it, and prepare ourselves to recognize the good, it's almost like we're also aligning. When we segment intend, it's like we are aligning to our higher self first before we take some kind of action, so that we can better show up as our higher self in that experience. Act like her, talk like her, react like her, walk like her, have the posture like her, like just present yourself in that whole experience as your higher self. And all while still being open, of course, to receiving guidance and all these like blessings from the universe, putting the things on our path, because we have this attractive momentum flowing for us. That is so like, I love that so much. And again, like when you're tuned in, when you have that intention for that segment, you're tuned in, you can see and just like relish in that so much more. It's amazing. Like I am going to take it. And this is another benefit of having that segment intending, like set your vibe, like getting your vibration matching the vibration that you want to feel. So again, Abraham Hicks, I think that this is what she means by saying like getting out ahead of it. You are creating the dominant energy stream of what you want to experience before outside forces come in and you start reacting. So that's another thing. You're setting the tone. This is you being the deliberate creator. You're calling the shots of your life. Okay, whatever. Also, this does get easier with practice, like everything does. If you make this a habit, like honestly, I don't do segment intending every single segment of every day, but every time I think about it, and it helps to be like talking about it, every time I think about doing it and I do it, it's exercising that muscle, and then I start thinking about doing it more in more moments of the day. It feels so good to have that intention set. Like another place that I think about this is like whenever, because I love having my routine. So whenever there's a different moment of the routine, like right now I have about a minute left in my workflow stuff, but when I have my next routine like task coming up, that's mainly like when I'll think about my intention for that segment, and I do enjoy it so much more. I'm able to kind of like zone in, and my body is already kind of like prepared to do that thing. Like I want to sit down and drink my water and look at my content like plan and start typing and like letting ideas flow and all that kind of stuff. So I do enjoy that whole segment more when I'm thinking about, I'm gonna make this the best kind of workflow segment or cooking dinner segment. I'm gonna relax, I'm going to like maybe sing or dance or whatever, just however I want to feel. Okay, and I want to ask a few questions for you as kind of like a little exercise. So I want to know, what is a segment in your life that you want to set the intention to enjoy more? Like for me, it's been my workflow. It's even been like cooking dinner or cleaning, like a 15-minute quick clean in the morning, working out, things like that. Those are like some of my examples. But what is an area or a segment in your life that you want to enjoy more of? And how do you want that segment to feel? And now you can set the intention to practice that today. Whenever that segment comes up, start practicing it today. Again, just like any kind of habit, when you exercise that muscle, it will get stronger. And the more reps that you put in, the stronger it will be, the more automatic it will be, the more easy it'll be. So start today, like setting that intention for that segment and just practice. And as you practice, this is another thing I talk about and love so much, is course correcting. Just course correct as you go along throughout the week or the month or whatever. If something isn't working out as well as you'd like it doesn't really match the intention that you want, just keep tweaking little things. Like for example, when I'm doing my clean routine, I used to have my earbuds like still playing the meditation music, and I started to want to make that time, like after I'm done meditating, stretching, and journaling, I wanted to kind of like wake myself up and bring the energy a little bit more. So what I started doing was playing, like instead of my meditation music, I've started playing my Discover Weekly on Spotify, and it's usually more upbeat music and stuff. I'll turn on all the lights, I'll open the windows and get a lot of like light in the house, maybe open the window, like let some fresh air in, but just kind of like set that energy up and get it going. So yeah, I started like playing with that and seeing how I felt during the day, and that kind of made my clean routine feel a little bit more like pumped up, and I would kind of dance around and just even work faster, to be honest, because the music was faster tempo. All right guys, that's it. I hope this helped in some way, and maybe some of you out there start practicing this and it works out really great for you. Like again, it's worked out great for me so far. It does take practice to get that automatic kind of habitual thing going with it, but when you do, I really feel like it just makes life more enjoyable. It really does. And that's the whole point. Enjoy life more, make it easier for you, and yeah, appreciate everything that we have going on for us. So again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to follow along with this journey and keep practicing these little tips and tricks. And if you liked this video, you might like my last topic about how to stay consistent to reach your goals, because we all have goals we want to reach, but we all want to enjoy the process of getting there. And also, you can follow me on social media at Fit Living Inspired on Instagram and Pinterest. I hope to see you there too, and then we can kind of connect, and that'll be fun. I hope you'll have a great day.